It's the Bubble in the Brain podcast presented by Lawn Chair HVA.
Let's get the show on the road.
Like the clapper and the
Scratch that.
Welcome, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Tennessee fans, non-Tennessee fans, people of every ethnicity, religion, and race. It's the Bubble in the Brain podcast. I'm your host, Matthew White, the Bubble Brain.
Special guest Casey Bowen.
Well, a lot to talk about this week. Got to keep it short. We'll jump right into it. Casey Bowen, homecoming week for the Hawks. Starting center.
starting tackle.
Oh,
Actually,
I think I'm starting at center this week.
Are you?
I think so.
31 points in the first quarter. We were down. What happened there?
Well, I scored 31 points in the first quarter.
Funny.
That's what happened.
Their running back is a tank.
Dude's like
tank.
Marshawn Lynch 2.0.
That dude is a unit.
That's a Beastquake 2.0 first play of the game.
Yeah.
We had eight missed tackles on that play? Something like that.
Probably closer to 40.
And then their quarterback was dropping some dimes there in the first quarter. Some elite level throws. Shout out playmaker Baker. What happened on offense?
Hey,
A lot of nothing.
Offensively, we didn't play that bad.
You scored against their starters. How many points did you score? And
Well,
how many offensive points did you score?
we
One of them
scored-
was a touchdown.
we
off
scored-
of an extra off of a blocked punt.
6 against their starters because
Yeah.
we missed the
So
we
did
missed
you
the
do
2.
good?
But we got in the red
John.
zone at the end of the first half, but we just couldn't punch it in.
Oh, so you got in the red zone once in the first half. That's good.
we moved the ball against them. We just couldn't punch it in.
Well,
And then that's a really good defense.
That is a good defense. 2 Arkansas commits. Scary.
I think you're going to see the opposite this week against Bearden. They're known for having a pretty
They don't have
booty cheek defense this year.
they don't have any Arkansas commits.
There's a plus.
I can't confirm.
Rivalry Thursday game on TV. Set your DVRs, folks. We got the Scholar Athlete of the Week,
No big
Casey
deal.
Bowen.
No big deal.
4.9 GPA.
Oh.
4.9.
It's a 5.2 now.
5.2 GPA.
After a week. Well, I got the Hawks in this one. Hawks by 90. Easy.
Hey, Hawks by 90.
Yeah.
It's college game day week at the Valley. Bring us some good omen.
Drew Pember, you suck too.
No, go Vols. Drew, I hope you ball out this year. Well, we'll move on to a little college football. Last week, there were some disappointing games.
Maryland, I hate you.
I picked
Michigan, I hate you.
I picked Maryland to win outright, and our pick 'em.
They lost by 59.
It was a little bit of a Casey situation.
All right, Maryland, I don't get how you average over 70 points per game for the first 2 weeks of the season. Then you average like 4 2 weeks after that. You get shut out against Penn State, and you score. What did they end up scoring against Temple? Like
It was like, I think
17.
17 and 24.
Hey, but all I'm
That's-
saying is I picked Temple. So, well, disappointing in that. There were no more undefeated Pac-12 teams. Cal lost to Arizona State, 24-17, following the Penn State-Maryland game on Friday. No one cares about the Pac-12
You know
at this
what?
point.
I'll say this: the Pac-12 isn't as bad as everyone thinks it is. It's a bunch of evenly matched teams.
evenly
I
matched
think.
bad teams.
No.
Just because they're evenly matched doesn't mean they're good.
Oregon's not a bad team. Washington's not a bad team. Utah's okay. I mean,
So they have 3 okay teams. They're
no,
pretty good.
but everyone just
Yeah.
thinks Pac-12 is terrible. The Pac-12's not good. They're probably the worst Power 5 conference, but they're not that
What is
bad.
your point here? You said they were good, and then you just said they were the worst Power 5 conference.
Well, yeah, they are the worst Power 5 conference, but they're not as bad as everyone thinks they are.
But they're not good. Well, in other news, to better conferences, let's see. Clemson, maybe not as good as we thought they were.
Did you just say better conferences? ACC sucks.
You just said the ACC. You just said the Pac-12 is the worst Power 5 conference, but you're saying the ACC is worse than the Pac-12, Casey. That doesn't.
You know
make
what?
any
They're
sense.
tied for last.
Oh, it does not matter because the SEC reigns. But North Carolina had a chance to beat Clemson, went for 2, didn't get it. I agreed with the call to go for 2, did not like the play call.
Hey.
Like a little run out.
Check the tape. I said that game was going to be close. Check the tape.
Check the tape.
Shout out T. Higgins, big like 40-yard touchdown in the fourth quarter to help him get the lead.
Shout out Michael
130
Jordan.
yards and a touchdown.
I like to call Clemson the university of players that should be at Tennessee. T. Higgins, Amari, Trevor Lawrence, but we don't have any of them. Thanks, Butch. USC Washington. I picked USC to have a bounce back game. They did the opposite of that. Got handled by Washington. Another okay team in the Pac-12.
No, they're good. They
Okay.
have the best quarterback in the country.
Okay, there, big dog. Casey, your Michigan Wolverines finally got a win. That was not ugly. Smacked the Rutgers.
I hate Michigan.
What is Rutgers' mascot?
The Scarlet Knights.
Scarlet
Don't ever
Knights.
disrespect Rutgers like that ever again.
Did you pick them to cover?
I did. I picked them to win outright.
Lost by 52. That's almost
They
as bad
almost
as
did.
picking Maryland to win.
They almost
outright.
won outright. It was close.
UCF bounced back. They were up 56-0 in the first half and still didn't cover the spread. They won 56-21, which is kind of shocking. That was Josh's underdog.
Yes, it was.
Notre Dame bounced back against Virginia. Handled them pretty well.
Notre Dame isn't good. I don't like Notre Dame.
Notre Dame isn't good.
I think Notre Dame's going to lose this week to Bowling Green. I'm calling it right now. Bowling Green by 40.
I don't think they're going to lose to Bowling Green.
Oh, goodness. Alabama seems to be
Good.
rolling. Well,
Rolling.
They
Do you
don't
get
LSU.
it? Do you get it? Because
they're the
it's the
Roll Tide.
Like Roll Tide. They're
didn't mean. Alabama. Them and LSU are kind of surprising this year. Usually they have like extremely talented defenses and good offenses that are gonna win by a large amount. But this year, Alabama gave up 31 points to Ole Miss.
All I'm saying is,
But no one's gonna be able to score with either of
Devontae
them.
Smith had 5 touchdowns and he's a wide receiver, 4 in the first half.
If you equate that to fantasy PPR points, he scored 64 points. So
Wow. He broke Alabama's school record for most receiving yards and touchdowns, beating Amari Cooper, Julio Jones. I don't know who else went to Alabama, but,
Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley.
well, and those night games on Saturday, my family went out to eat, and I was like, can we get home so I can watch these games? They were the biggest disappointment of the weekend.
Your parents?
No, the night games. Five Guys was banging.
Man, that's not very nice.
Ohio State was up 31-38, just 7 or nothing at halftime.
Nebraska's not good.
Mississippi State, I thought they were going to be able to maybe do something against
I didn't.
Auburn.
Mississippi State is not good.
Casey's acting like he's some oracle now. Though.
I am.
You picked Rutgers to win.
They almost did.
Michigan State, Indiana, that was a little bit closer than I thought it should have been for Michigan State.
Shout out to Michigan State for scoring points. They usually don't score a lot of points, and they scored 40.
They're going to have to score points this weekend, playing Ohio State. As we transition to this week's game, Ohio State, did they get bumped up to number 4? I believe. LSU dropped. That'll be an interesting game to watch. Justin Fields
Ohio State's for real, man.
on par with Tua and Joe Burrow this year and Jalen Hurts.
Ohio State has probably the best defensive player in the country in Chase Young and arguably the Heisman favorite right now in Justin Fields.
What'd you smoke before you came in here, big dog?
I mean, he has 23 touchdowns through
Tua
what?
has 25.
By the way, this is a tobacco-free campus.
We
That
don't
was a
do
joke.
none of that.
No
None of
smoking.
that. Tua is definitely the favorite right now.
All right, guys. As I was saying, Justin Fields has 22 total touchdowns this year. He's averaging over 4 touchdowns a game. That's pretty good. Nobody's able to stop Ohio State's offense right now, and their defense is looking a lot improved from previous years, especially led by Chase Young. I think Ohio State is going to blow Michigan State out of the water this week.
I agree.
I'd say it's going to be a close game.
They're 20-point favorites.
Well, hey, this is the week of the 20-point plus underdogs. Because you know who else is going to get a win?
Not.
The Tennessee Volunteers, baby. 24.5-point underdogs. Georgia Bulldogs fans think they're coming into Neyland to checker it. And they are going to be wrong. They're going to walk
Georgia's
out.
trying to check her knee.
They're going to walk it, yeah.
Yeah.
We'd have to cancel our program. Did you see where ESPN accidentally put the Lady Vols logo as who's playing Georgia this week? It was like Georgia versus the Lady Vols.
Can't blame
Who
them.
might have a better chance of beating them.
Sounds alright.
Other games this week, big games. Iowa, Michigan. Casey, your Wolverines.
I hate Michigan.
They're favorited. So
They're favorited.
Favored by 3.5 points, even though
At home.
I got Iowa. Go Hawkeyes.
I hate Michigan.
How about that guy? How about that Iowa fan? Was it an Iowa fan that raised
Yes.
over $1 million for the Iowa Children's Hospital there, and they wouldn't take it because he had some offensive tweets when he was 16?
shout out to that guy. Why would you
A
turn
millionaire
down
now.
$1 million? Did he just keep the money? What did he
I
do
doubt
with
he
it?
I would've kept the
He
money.
probably gave it to some sort of other hospital.
A grateful hospital.
Shout out to that guy though. Besides your racist things or whatever.
We're not shouting out the racist
It's in the
tweets.
past. He raised $1 million.
Thanks for the insight, Matt.
You're welcome.
All right.
Biggest
Back
game
to
of the week.
football.
Biggest game of the week. Auburn, Florida. Auburn's a 3-point favorite.
Auburn by 60.
Yeah, Auburn defense is too good. Florida's not doing anything.
Florida's just not good at football.
They're really not.
They're just not that good.
I'd say they're definitely the worst top 10 team in the country.
Easily.
By far.
Yeah, by a lot.
But, I wouldn't put them above 15.
I wouldn't put them in the top 25.
Okay.
I don't care if they're 5-0. I don't care if they're in the SEC. I just think they're bad.
They're definitely not better than Texas.
They're
and
definitely not
Texas
better
is
than
11.
Tennessee. Like, come on.
They're definitely not better. I don't think they're better than Iowa. I don't think they're better than Penn State.
They're more proven than some of these teams.
Penn State?
Who's Penn State played?
They beat
Maryland.
the ever-living crap out of Maryland last week.
But Maryland's kind of on the down slope.
It's a Power 5 team.
All right, Florida beat Tennessee by 31.
Tennessee sucks.
That game was a fluke.
No, it wasn't.
9 out of 10
sucks.
times we win.
No.
Other college sporting news. California and now I think Florida or Texas.
Florida.
Passing the Fair to Play Act, allowing college athletes to receive compensation for their name and likeness. I think this is
Bring back NCAA football.
I think this is a terrible move.
I think it's a great move because college athletes raise millions and millions of dollars for their programs every year, and they get paid $0.
They get a free education.
Technically, get paid $0.
They all receive stipends. The only people that deserve to get paid, the people that are actually making the university's money, they're gonna make millions of dollars at the next level anyway. Yes.
Not most of them are not.
If you look at Alabama's roster, how many players from Alabama's roster right now you think are gonna go pro?
Maybe like 15.
Yes. And so how many of them are making? Tua and some of the defensive guys and the wide receiving core are really the ones that are known by the fans, like outside of Alabama fans, that are gonna make the university money.
So why aren't they making money?
Because they're amateurs at this point. Like, if they can't make money at this point. I'm saying if they were to. And they're going to be making millions in the future, so I don't know why they're getting greedy and
I'm also not a huge fan of paying college athletes, but if these are the steps we need to take to get NCAA football back, then I'm on board.
Hey, you guys don't want Doug Flutie?
No, I
real
don't.
football?
No.
I played it this weekend. It's so bad.
It's the equivalent of like NCAA 2005. The
Wii version.
The graphics look pretty bad on the videos I've seen. Well, is that all the time we have for today, Jake? Producer Jake?
Mr. Jake,
He does not know. We're going to cut it right there.
did we not talk about Tennessee football?
Yeah, we did.
Tennessee football sucks. That's all you need to know.
They're winning this week.
They suck.
Hawks by 90 against Bearden. Hawks soccer got somewhat redemption against West. Tied.
Shout out Carly Livingston as Student Athlete of the Week. She scored like 6 goals the other day.
Hey, Hawks
and
bowling.
4 assists. That's
Hawks
like
bowling
a
by
lot.
90. That's a new one. Hawks volleyball starting district play, I think. They were going to win by 90.
Baseball is back, baby.
Go baseball.
We'll see you next week. And Smitty we trust.